Hey Transplant community, my name is Jim Merle and it is time again for one of my most favorite times of the day and even of my entire life when I get to give humongous shout outs to very special deserving people. And today's huge shout out goes out directly to one very special person in my life. His name is Anthony Bruce Smiley. At least that's how you're going to find him over on Facebook. Anthony Smiley is one of those kind of people that I kind of crossed paths with by accident back over a year ago who has really impacted my life. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, Anthony Bruce Smiley, it may be because you're from Alabama, or at least the southeastern United States, and it may be because you're a fan of Alabama football. As a matter of fact, Anthony Bruce Smiley actually played for the late and great Bear Bryant back in the day, back when football, just like it is now, was really booming in the state of Alabama. So for us, just being a former player of Bear Bryant's makes you an automatic celebrity. Now, some of you don't understand that, but that's absolutely the case. But as a matter of fact, when I first met Anthony Smiley for the very first time, I had absolutely no idea of his past, who he was, as people would say it, and I learned very quickly that although he may be identified with Alabama football, he is certainly not defined by Alabama football. Now, he's a huge fan, he's a huge supporter, an alumni, whatever, you know, all of that rolled in. Yeah, I get that, but that is not what defines this man. As a matter of fact, the very first meeting I had with him was back over a year ago over at UAB Hospital. I stumbled into his room one day, not knowing who he was, noticed some of the Alabama stuff around, but hey, I'm a fan, he's a fan, that's all that I know. It didn't take but just a second. He turned, took a double take, looked at me, looked me up and down, I guess, and he said, "Hey, you're Jim, you're that transplant guy." And then a little bit after that and before long, he introduced himself. I began to kind of gather who he was. He then in turn compared me to the Cleveland Clinic, which was strange at the time, but what he was explaining to me is, hey, I went in online searching for transplant information, I saw Cleveland Clinic, and I saw you right beneath it. He told me he'd been watching my videos for a while by then. So we had a great conversation. Over the period of time, I continued to go back and visit him, spend time with him, and I learned that he was absolutely a great guy. As a matter of fact, we had several mutual friends there on the floor. One of them was William Campbell, who unfortunately passed away waiting for transplant. And then ultimately, me and Anthony Smiley went in together and kind of participated in his memorial service. And it was at that moment, on top of other moments, that I realized just how great Anthony Smiley was. He is a giver. He is a man who truly is someone who stands up with respect and honor, but with open arms, helping everybody he comes in contact. So I think it is so appropriate with his giving, caring, loving attitude that he had toward fellow man, that today is the day he's receiving the gift of life via a heart transplant. Now, it's been a tough road for him over the past few years. A great big man like him kind of losing himself a little bit in weakness, eventually having to go through the LVAD surgery, which he wasn't very excited about, kind of bounced back from life and still waiting on the transplant, which again, today is the day it has come. So I just want to say to you, Anthony Smiley, I know that you can do this. You're a warrior. You're somebody who's strong. You're someone who has a great mental state, and you're going to do absolutely great at this. And I'm very excited to watch your journey as you progress. And so I just want you to know that I, Jim Merle, the transplant helper, I'm certainly praying for you, and I'm asking the entire transplant helper community to be doing the same right now. Just stop, say a prayer for Anthony Bruce Smiley, lift his name up, and pray that he have a great, successful surgery and wonderful recovery. And again, to you, Anthony, I absolutely know you can do this. And as I like to tell everyone, all you've got to do is KOKO, that's keep on keeping on, and stay stronger, and you'll absolutely do great. So best of wishes to you, many prayers to you. I look forward to your success and to watching your journey. Thanks everyone for considering offering up those prayers. And by the way, I would be amiss if I didn't say right now, if you are not a registered organ donor, look at me really close. If you're not a registered organ donor, right now is the perfect time to go ahead and do that. Choose to give life, choose to be a giver, choose to be someone who would be willing to save a life, and then share that decision with your family. So if the need should arise, they can help with that decision as well. Thank you so much for your prayers. Thank you so much for your decision to become an organ donor. I'm assuming you just did that. Thank you to all of you, and especially to you, Anthony Bruce Smiley. Stay stronger, and to all of you, do the same. Stay stronger, friends.